Welcome to the Boss Battle Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Boss Battle Show. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. I am your host, Adam Ronan, with my trusty co-host,
Boss Battle Gordy.
Boss Battle Gordy. Couple of things you'll notice. This show is now dropping on Mondays. Every week it'll be on Mondays on, of course, the channel that you all know and love, R24.
R24.
If you are new to the channel, this show we break down all the latest and
The
gatest. We break down the latest and greatest in gaming, industry topics, games and stuff that are coming out, stuff we're playing, stuff we're passionate about, all having to do with one of our favorite mediums.
Video games.
Video games.
Yep.
So we'll break down weekly topics that are happening in the last week and kind of recap. And then every so often we'll have like think pieces and stuff that we want to discuss and break down.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Should we get into it, or should we give them like a good 20 seconds of silence where we just stare?
We just stare.
Of course, obviously, if you're watching this, you're watching it on YouTube, but you can also get the audio versions on all your favorite podcasting services around the world. We're talking iTunes, we're talking Stitcher, we're talking Pocket Casts, Anchor, everything. We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
We're a malleable couple of fucking blobs.
Malleable, like they can pound us into whatever shape they need.
I thought malleable was like soft and squishy.
Oh, I don't know. This is a discussion for another time, though.
Yes, it is. Okay, malleable or not, we're breaking into some of the news that we found the most exciting for this last week. I think the biggest thing that we're going to talk about is obviously that it was announced by Showtime and confirmed that we have a Halo TV series finally in actual development. Gordy, if you're listening, his mouth is gaping. He's like just
yeah. My mouth is gaping.
Phallic object, just
that phallic object being the Halo. But
if it's malleable,
if it's malleable, into shape. Yeah.
Initial reactions when you heard this, because they announced obviously that they were doing a Halo show. I think it was when the Xbox was announced in 2013. They were like, we're doing a show with Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
I think.
And then they gave us this like Forward Unto Dawn, I think it was. It was like the mini series.
That was before the Xbox One, I thought.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, that was when Halo 4 came out, I think.
Okay.
So there has been Halo in the mediums before.
Yes.
With Forward Unto Dawn, it was a live action show.
Yeah.
And there's some web shows maybe. I didn't watch a lot of them.
It wasn't very good, but I will tell you they did something right, and I hope that the Steven Spielberg does that right.
What did they do right?
Well, it doesn't follow the Spartans.
It's like Locke or something.
No,
is that the guy? No, I don't. Let me tell you something. I'm uneducated with Halo to a degree because I didn't get into Halo until Halo 4.
That's true.
Halo 1 through 3, I was like, nah, that's stupid. For some, I don't know what my problem was, but
but your mind has opened up to the spectrum of gaming.
Once Halo 4 came out, I was like, I'm gonna play with you guys because you guys would always play and have fun, and I'd just be like the fucking sad kid in the corner being like, oh man, all my friends are playing games, but I'm too much of a stubborn fuck to play with them. So then I got into it. So like catching up on lore. So I've only played Halo 4 and then Halo 5. I played the other games through, but I'm a little iffy on the lore and then when things came out and released and what have you.
Yeah. So
that said, I don't know what those shows were about.
The show I am talking about, if it is the one, it was a live action, super short episodes about some cadets or something like that on the planet. And what I thought that they did right, and it's got, it's really cool actually in a way. It looks like a really high quality student film. But the thing that they got right was the way that they implemented the Spartans. There were no Spartans. It was just regular Marines, and they were basically cannon fodder for the Covenant. And then Master Chief shows up and saves everyone. And the thing that they got right is that Spartans are like a force of nature. They're not like soldiers. They are godlike compared to regular soldiers. And I think a show revolving around Spartans would be best suited if it focused on normal humans with Spartans coming in and passing through. If you've in the book, the Fall of Reach book, like in the first couple chapters when it describes the way that the Spartans roll through the battlefield like a wrecking ball. It's just so cool.
Wrecking ball.
So yeah,
Is that what?
That's what they did,
Master
right?
Chief get naked and fucking come here.
Just with the helmet on,
Yeah,
right?
just the helmet and
So yeah.
So okay, so you're talking about Forward Unto Dawn that came out, aired October 5th, 2012. So that was when Halo 4 came out. 15-minute episodes released, and was also later put on Netflix in 2013. Coming of age story follows a cadet, Thomas Lasky, at a 26th century military training academy as is attacked by the Covenant's religious alliance of aliens. So you are correct.
Cool.
Yeah. So anyway, so that came out. Going back, so then just this last week, Showtime announced more details on its upcoming Halo TV series. Now, there was some rumblings in January, I believe, that they were going to work on it. And they finally came out. It's going to air as a 10-episode series, executively produced by showrunner Kyle Killen, who did Lone Star, and directed and produced by Rupert Wyatt, who did Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Now, I don't think you saw the Planet of the Apes movies, the new ones, did
I'm
you?
sorely missing out, I'm told,
You
by
are.
all humans on Earth. Including the apes. They've all
They're
told
like,
me.
that's not what apes sound like, but
Yeah.
they don't sound like fucking garbage disposal. But Steven Spielberg, Showtime, and Amblin Television are assisting 343 Industries in putting together the creative team. This has, of course, been in the pipeline for years, and I think been a pet project for Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
I wish that he was forefronting, directing and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's too busy ruining books these days.
Yeah.
So the quoted by 343 Industries, Kiki Wolfkill,
Love that name.
head of Transmedia, she quotes, "An epic new story experience set in the Halo universe." Kiki also said the team is working to balance moments fans have already experienced and moments that have yet to be experienced in order to create something respectful of the franchise, but also new and surprising and enthralling. So, that said, I think that we'll get into speculations here in a second. The series has no release date. 343 Industries says it is currently in pre-production and is planning to go into full production in 2019. So if I'm a betting man, I suspect we'll see this probably to coincide with the launch of Halo Infinite. I'm betting.
Yeah.
Which also maybe will be on the Xbox Scarlet.
Oh, Scarlet, whatever the final name is.
And we'll talk about that later in the episode for something. But what do you think?
I'm excited. I don't, who do you think they're going to cast in this?
Well, that's a note I have there. Fan casting speculation. I don't know, because let's say it follows Master Chief, which I think he's obviously has to make an appearance, or it's just not Halo. Because then you're going to have Halo 5 all over again, and people are going to be mad.
Yeah.
You can't have Master Chief without the iconic voice of Master Chief.
Yeah, that's a problem. So always in armor.
So always in armor.
No origin.
I think they could do a fucking Green Lantern type of thing. And just CG a suit on a stunt double and then have him voiced by the guy. Yeah. Would be cool with me.
Yeah.
Or just have I don't know, why would you have to CG it? You could just have a stunt double. Yeah. It could be like a Darth Vader situation where it's a dude in a suit doing all the acting and then he's dubbed over by the actual
that'd be
guy,
cool.
which I would be totally fine with and would not surprise me.
In which case the casting really doesn't matter.
It's true. It doesn't
just
matter.
The voice actor.
Yeah, it's true.
As far as anyone else, like Cortana is the only character that I could think that casting would be tricky.
Ooh.
I really like the girl that played her in the last game. Get her. She can act.
Cortana. That's an attractive situation that we have. I don't know why I totally spaced that Cortana was even a thing.
Yeah.
Who would be a good Cortana?
I don't know.
They could get Gilbert Godfrey.
Gilbert.
That would be hot. That would be straight fat material.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't either. I really like the last one that they had, though.
Emma, what's her name?
I don't even recall her name, but she's very pretty, and her performance was awesome.
What are actresses? I have, because she's got such an excellent face. And I'm not meaning in terms of being attractive. I'm this chick here.
Oh, she's got really good.
She's such an incredible actress. I want to tell you her name so bad. I really want to.
The actress,
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt,
I think would be a good Cortana because, I mean, obviously they would make up her in CG or places, but she's such a fantastic actress and has excellent expressions in her face. And some of the character arcs that Cortana goes through, I think would
insanity
well.
and such.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be cool.
But that's just one.
So casting aside, is there anything that you would like to see from this 10-part series?
Well, here's the thing is because I'm so far behind on the lore, and I'm probably in the minority of Halo fans where they're already knee deep in the story and kind of know what's happening. I would honestly love a retelling of things to get me to the point of where Halo started. So I know there's books I can read. There's a lot of lore and stuff, but I'm not so well invested into the Halo franchise that that's something I feel like I need to do. So I would love to see like a precursor to the first Halo, or maybe what they're going to do is something that will be in between Halo 5 and Halo Infinite to bridge that gap. Is probably more likely if this coincides with Halo Infinite.
If Halo Infinite
6.
isn't Halo 1 rehash or something like that?
No, they won't. You think they won't do a soft reboot?
It looks like, to me, like the art style, the ship on the ground, the soldiers. Halo Infinite really looks like not a rehashing of the tale. But
well, I think art style wise, they are definitely playing
going
back
for that first game.
The first Halo Combat Evolved feel. And I think that's a answer to the criticisms that they had from fans who did not like the art style of Halo 5 and stuff. So
they're really moving away from it.
Answering those criticisms, I think, and all the signs point to it's going to be a launch. Here's my predictions.
Yeah.
It's going to be a launch title for the new Xbox, which I think is going to release holiday 2020.
Okay.
That'll be a launch title for that because then that will put Xbox boom
back in
gets
the game.
A killer app.
Yeah.
No one will be able to resist buying it because you're like, there's a fucking must-have game launching with it.
Yeah.
And then to coincide with that, to also market the new Xbox and to hype them shits up, they will have the new Halo TV series that airs on fucking Showtime.
Awesome.
That's what's going to happen. Mark my words.
Mark his words.
At one point, I was good at predicting things that happen with games.
And then
Ed Boon fucking ruined that for me.
Yeah.
So now anything's possible.
Yeah.
But that's what I think is going to happen.
So in terms of story, what I'd like to see, I don't know if you ever played ODST, but it's a game.
I've never played it. I'm waiting for that to weasel its way into the Master Chief Collection.
So early on in keep it clean. Now, early on in the Halo verse, it's a little bit more science fiction, less fantasy. And the early part, I'd like to see a story revolving around the Covenant kind of showing up on the fringes of space and one by one taking out human colonies. It'd be cool if it was a personal story of a planet that falls to the Covenant, like it could be Reach. ODST follows a group of Marines on a planet that's been taken over by the Covenant, and it's very personal, very quiet. Happens at night.
People love ODST.
It's a fantastic storytelling experience that I had never experienced in a game up to that point. So I highly recommend it. But something like that, where we're following Marines against
Master Chief
superior
doesn't play
odds.
Into that, right?
No, but I think what they could do is basically Rogue One. Basically, here we have some guys fighting to get some people off a planet. Master Chief rolls in like a wrecking ball at the end as they're failing,
bringing it back,
destroys everything in his path,
like Darth Vader,
saves the people, and then the guys, part of the team dies, or they all die as the planet falls to the aliens. I think that'd be awesome.
I could get into that.
Yeah,
I'd be super down. Whatever they go with, I will be there day one to. Showtime has some good stuff. They're not. I don't consider Showtime to be HBO level of television or Netflix level.
Yeah,
but if you drop down one step, because they have Homeland, which is an excellent fucking show. It's incredible. If you like dramas, Homeland's kind of jumped the shark a little bit at this point. Let's see what other
jumped the shark. For those of you out there, that's the point where the show's gone on too long and it's gotten ridiculous.
It's gone on so long, and I haven't watched the new season of Homeland, but the first 2 or 3 seasons were just incredible. So they've got Homeland, they've got Shameless, which you said that you tried to watch, but you crawled out of your
Oh
skin.
my God, that was so like.
They also have Ray Donovan, which is good. The most notable that you should be familiar with is Dexter.
Dexter was
they
fantastic.
Have quality, and I think that
They just don't know how to end shows.
That's true. That's true.
Money, man, it ruins everything.
That's funny. Obviously Dexter's the big heavy hitter there that also jumped the shark a little bit as well. They should have ended with Trinity, if I could be so bold.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think Showtime's really going to knock it out of the park, and I'm excited. I would have loved to see HBO take it over, but HBO's already killing it. We can't have them corner the market with cool shit.
Yeah. True.
So moving on, the next topic, and you brought this to my attention actually as of recording this just yesterday.
Yeah.
So there was some news, but Kotaku broke the news yesterday, and this is kind of going to tie into our main think piece conversation we're going to get into right after this. It ties in nicely, I think. Kotaku reported that Google is looking to break into the gaming market in a three-pronged approach. One, some sort of streaming platform. Two, some sort of hardware. And three, in a giant attempt to bring game developers under its Google umbrella.
Yes.
So they announced that Google is looking to, there's not a whole lot of details here, but again, quoting from Kotaku, at the Game Developers Conference in March of this year, Google representatives met with several big game companies to gauge interest in streaming platforms, which its codenamed is Yeti, Kotaku sources said.
Yep.
Now, Google also took meetings at E3 in Los Angeles a few weeks ago, and from what people have heard, the company is looking to not just woo game developers to the Yeti service, but also buy game development studios entirely. A lot of implications there. Now, I have an excerpt from Kotaku. So, what is this streaming platform exactly? Like NVIDIA's GeForce Now, the Google service would offload the work of rendering graphics to beefy computers elsewhere, allowing even the cheapest PCs to play high-end games. The biggest advantage of streaming, as opposed to physical discs or downloads, is that it removes the hardware barriers for games. Games like Call of Duty can reach significantly bigger audience if players don't need an expensive graphics card or console to play them. As one person familiar with the Yeti described it, quote, imagine playing The Witcher 3 within a tab on Google Chrome, end quote. So,
can I give input on that last comment?
Yeah.
Google Chrome is so buggy and
It's
such
already,
a nightmare.
It's already a cunt suck of a fucking browser.
Could you imagine like trying to play Witcher in a failing browser? But
So, implications. So, there's that. First things first, if they do this, I hope that they do it in a platform that is not integrated into internet browsers. I hope it's some sort of hardware that you could purchase.
I picture an Apple TV size box.
Something like that. To respond to that gentleman there, I do not give a fuck about playing any games on my internet browser.
Yeah.
That's not how I consume gaming media. Get out of
guys.
here with that. So taking that topic, we're going to shift into what our big talking piece of this episode is, that I have dubbed a digital future.
Ooh.
Now, with the Xbox Scarlet that is confirmed in development at E3 2018, as well as the not confirmed development, but probably likely confirmed development of the PlayStation 5, rumors are abound that the next generation of gaming will be a digital future. This means no optical drives, and that things will be shifting to a streaming medium. Some analysts have predicted that gaming will be 100% digital and streaming by 2022. Now, Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot, not quite sure there. Guillemot, he's saying, what we are dreaming is that technology will allow us to actually stream our games to all the TVs, mobile phones, and tablets in the future, and that we will be able to give an opportunity to our brands to reach 2.5 billion in 5 years, and maybe 5 billion players within the next 10 years. And I think that combined with Sony, Microsoft, and now Google, I think they all see this digital future and are trying. It's now much like AR. It's a race. It's like Magic Leap and Apple. It's a race to who can get to market first with this technology. As you know, streaming is already implemented in our current gen systems to a point. Sony's PlayStation Now subscription service allows PlayStation 4 users to stream games from the cloud instead of buying and downloading them. Includes like games PS2, PS3, PS4. However, these games are capped at 720p resolution, and in my experience, suffer from some notable performance issues in certain cases, delay and lagginess and stuff. So the technology has not quite reached the potential as what people are predicting. However, also at E3 2018, Phil Spencer revealed that his team is currently developing cloud gaming technology that will allow you to play console-quality titles from several devices. So I think that this is exactly what Google is trying to discuss and do in their things. So right now we have three big heavy hitters. We have Microsoft, we have Sony, and obviously rumored Google that are looking to all do the same thing and jump into the console market to stream.
Get that sweet streaming goodness.
Now, this will effectively probably mean the end of physical media in terms of going. This will destroy GameStop. Stop, yeah. I always get Spot and Stop mixed up, like the website GameSpot. It's stupid. I think this will just effectively. There will be no longer discs. Blu-rays are already kind of, in my opinion, I haven't bought discs in years.
Yeah,
all my movies, all my games, all my music, everything is digital. I have embraced the digital future and our digital overlords, and I bow before them. Not everyone shares that opinion, which is totally fine. I know a lot of people still enjoy physical media, holding your games, trading them in when you're done with them, whatever, what have you.
Doesn't make sense for a lot of people.
It doesn't make sense for a lot of people. I am a lazy, fat piece of shit. I love to just sit on the couch and be like, okay, I'm done playing this game. Let's just boot up this game without having to get up, switch discs, take up space. Now, I do have discs in some senses for the PlayStation VR titles. I have them all as discs. I don't know why. Because I knew that my playtime with the PSVR titles would be finite, and I'd be like, eventually want to get rid of them to get something different. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there. So, this said, what do you think?
First of all, this is news to us. I mean, there were rumors, but Kotaku did their thing and got the news out way earlier than anyone was supposed to know. But the thing is, I don't think it's news to Xbox, and I don't think it's news to Sony. I think that they know that Google was going to press for this, and they've known it for a while.
Oh, for sure. Well, probably so, because industry people know industry shit.
Because it's currently they have a very profitable model, and this will have to change everything. So with that in mind, Google is pushing for something that they would have advantage in.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the notion of streaming going to this capability of taking over media and really essentially not really owning your titles at all anymore? Well, I mean, essentially you'd be maybe because right now we've got the Xbox Game Pass, which is in its infant stages, that I think develop into something a lot more cohesive as like a rental service where like a Netflix type service where you pay a monthly premium and then everything's just there to stream and play. And I think that the next Xbox console, while will still be a console, I think is going to integrate with a lot of different devices. Yeah. I think that'll be a hub for so many different things to play on your TV, but Xbox essentially will become a service where you will have Xbox on your mobile device, you'll have Xbox on your tablet, and any game is compatible to play on any platform due to these system things, which will also offload compute power and things to whatever device you're playing on. You'll have a fucking giant server farm that everything's streaming from. So essentially we could be playing Cyberpunk 2077, which I suspect will be not, even though they say they're aiming for a current gen release, I don't think they're going to hit that. I suspect that Cyberpunk 2077 will release on the next gen of systems, Xbox Scarlet, the PS5, and I imagine being able with it is being huge as it is with its technological advancements, playing that on your mobile device because of streaming capabilities and whatever they.
It would be cool. I don't think the technology's here. Sony doubled down on Gaikai in the beginning, and then they backpedaled like crazy.
I was thinking about Gaikai.
And everybody's backpedal like crazy. It's not. internet is not a worldwide high-speed internet. Here's the notes. Here's my first reaction.
Give it to me, Gordy.
It's the future that I like. I like this future. It's interesting, despite the fact that I think the further we get into streaming, the further consumer rights will get a gray area. We won't get as many protections as owning media. I think that's problematic because then the gaming companies say, hey, you don't like this? Screw you. You don't have any choices. But that aside, all the politics and all that, so the viability can be measured in the ability to provide a solid experience. Case in point, just imagine two people playing a fighting game competitively that is streaming on to both of their consoles and connecting over the internet. That is like the benchmark right there.
The implications of that now
not
is awful.
Possible.
It's not possible.
It'd be worse than Street Fighter. It'd be awful.
It would be terrible. But if we're thinking in terms of a 5 to 10 year span, shit gets crazy in that amount of time with tech.
It does.
I mean, we're looking, in my predictions, we're looking at 10 years' time. You and I are going to be wearing full AR glasses. I think these are very real possibilities. Internet, I think, will have had the necessary advancements because internet really hasn't changed a whole lot in the last while at the speeds, but I think that fiber is going to become a norm. I'm not quite sure how, since nobody could save net neutrality, and that's now kind of fucked. Not quite sure what we're going to see going from there. But this could have the implications to turn into an expensive medium for people because
very expensive.
If you got to pay a streaming service to be able to the Xbox streaming or PlayStation streaming to be able to play these games, you also have to have the internet that will support that, so like fiber, and then you maybe have to pay for those internet fast lanes because net neutrality is fucked. Because,
the games will cost more to stream because Google will be gouged by Comcast. Unless, of course, they get into the fiber game themselves, take control in that way. But we're looking at expensive. It's very expensive.
It could be very expensive, which is not great. Games have been stagnant at $59.99 for a long time.
Very long time.
And a lot of that was because of marketing and packaging prices. When you would ship a game with you've got your disc printing, you have the manufacturing of the cases, the artwork, the long dead instruction booklets, things like that. But we don't really have those anymore. Digital games should be cheaper in theory, but they are still coming out at $59.99. Now every game in their fucking mom is doing the standard edition, the deluxe edition, and the ultimate edition. So $59.99, $79.99, $99.99 for the ultimate
version, and maybe like
edition.
Access to a season pass in that.
I think a lot of people are moving away from season passes now.
Oh God, I hope so.
Which is cool. But I think that season passes are now being replaced with nickel and diming in other ways. I don't know. It's weird. So if we think about Netflix, because Netflix is on top of the world, you don't own any of these titles. You are paying for a service where you stream a lot of your favorite TV shows. Stranger Things. I want to take Stranger Things for an example because it's probably one of my favorite IPs at the moment in entertainment. So it's on Netflix, proprietary. You watch it. You consume that media, 10 episodes at a time, all at once a year. It's excellent. It's a huge property. But then comes the merchandising. And if you want to own Stranger Things, if you physically want to own it, then they have the special editions that come out on Blu-ray and DVD and things like that. What if they did a similar thing with gaming where you've got your digital gaming streaming services through Xbox? Very similar thing. You got your Xbox streaming service, you got your PlayStation streaming service, and whatever. You pay monthly premium for. You don't own the games. You're streaming them to your devices. But if it's an IP you're hugely passionate about, like I am Stranger Things, or like, say, Mortal Kombat 11 ever fucking comes out. And it's like that. You stream it. But if you love it that much, you could buy a physical version of it that you could pay for. Or maybe you could also pay for a license. Like when you download the digital versions, you can pay $59.99 for just the downloadable version, or you can pay $59.99 plus to have it streamed to other stuff for other premium fees. Like, I think there's ways that you could still own your titles and within the digital future and streaming future. Does that make sense? Am I making any sense?
That would be ideal. Yeah, you are making sense.
Ideally, though.
You
don't get that reference. You've never seen Key and Peele?
I don't get the reference.
God, fucking loser. That's what I think.
Yeah, I honestly, like, streaming, I don't like the idea of streaming. I don't like all of the consumer privileges that we have now, or the consumer luxuries kind of vanishing and giving control to these companies. Look at Google. Tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of people that are making their living on Google now. They don't have any problem totally screwing any or all of them over as they migrate from, to more professional Netflixy content on their YouTube platform. And I think these are the companies that are going to be in charge. It just makes me nervous.
Yeah, I get you. It's a very interesting theory, or a very interesting future that we could be heading towards.
Could be amazing, though. I'd love to be able to play games that are like top level gaming PC graphics, like PUBG on my phone, but in like top tier PC graphics. Dude, holy crap.
I might just blow your mind right now, but PUBG is on your phone.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. But I think of it like this. When I think of the positive aspects of it, we have the Nintendo Switch, which is, I think, an excellent thing by Nintendo. Dock on your TV, play it, undock, go to bed. The implications and the idea of doing the same thing where I'm playing Cyberpunk 2077 on my TV, I go to bed, prop up my iPad, pick up where I left off.
Ooh.
Super cool.
You're speaking things into my ears.
Super cool, yeah. If we can go that direction, I would be excited. But, of course, that said, to close this out, there are a lot of scary notions. We would need specific things for internet. We would need specific things for net neutrality to not fuck everybody to have these things. And I'd like to see where it goes. I am open to that future, though.
Yeah, me too.
Because I am a digital man living in a digital world. So let's close out the episode, Gordy. Obviously, the floor is now open to you, viewer/listener. If you are listening, obviously, let us know what you think. We would love to continue these conversations on social media and things. If you're watching this on YouTube, let us know in the comments below. How do you feel about the digital future? For obviously now weekly, I would like to start covering stuff that's coming out the week that we're approaching into, to be like, if they're coming out this week, are we excited about it? This current time, we're in the video game drought, summertime, not a lot of things released. So there's not a whole lot coming out this week that we're excited about. So we'll skip that. So we're just going to close out.
Yeah.
Gordy, I appreciate the discussion.
I appreciate the discussion as well.
If you're, watching, we consider the notion of subscribing.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of channels out there. There's just a lot of channels out there that are just like really cool. And we're just swimming along in the mix, in the crowd. But maybe we're tight.
Yep.
Press that subscribe button. Press the bell so you know when new things come out. If you're listening to this, go, subscribe to our whatever podcasting platform you're listening to. Maybe give us a rating. We would love it. It helps us maybe get a little higher so we can get some more listeners. Everyone's always like, oh, you guys are so dope. We deserve more subscribers, more people. It's like, it's true, but we need your help.
Yes, we do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Boss Battle Show for the week. We'll see you next Monday. Adam Ronan, Boss Battle, Gordy, Green Screen, out.